Welcome to the Dizzy Skeleton. I'm DK, and today I'm going to be unboxing the expanded rule set, including Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and the Monsters of Multiverse. Let's go ahead and open it up, take a look. Now, as I'm opening this, I just want to say that as part of my review, I do really appreciate the look and the design of this box here. Fits in nice. I like the protected sleeve, the big box that it comes in. Looks like it comes with a Dungeon Master's screen here. However, the one thing I do have to say, in all honesty, it feels like a cash grab. Now, if you don't own these books, it is fantastic. You get the 3 books. You can get them in this, or you can get them in their not special edition version that comes, I believe, a little bit cheaper. Now, why do I say it's a cash grab? I say it's a cash grab because essentially what they've done is just repackaged books that they've already released. 2 complete books are just have new covers. The 3rd book in this is just monsters from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes and Volo's Guide to Monsters. It also includes races from across different books, which is maybe the only benefit of that individual book. So that's my griping. This is not my personal box. I probably won't buy this personal box, just on the fact that I already own all the books in special edition hardcovers. I don't feel the need to rebuy it. So if you have the books, consider that. If you're a collector, you may just want this for the collecting aspect of it. If you don't have the books, this is perfect. This is really great. It's going to be a fantastic item if you do not own these books. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just going to show the outside. You can see we got Tasha alongside a couple of heroes, some creatures here on this side, and then on the back we're looking at some monsters, some demon lords here. It's heavy. It feels like I could stand on this. It's not going to break. It's super durable. I'm going to slip some of these books out. We'll take a look at those. I'm not going to go through the books here. Xanathar's and Tasha's are a little old already. Tasha's being only just over a year old, but Xanathar's is quite old at this point. So you can see here, Dungeon Master's screen pulls right out. It fits right in there, and then just has some of the artwork. It does have the soft touch that a lot of the alternate covers from Wizards of the Coast has been producing. So I really like that soft touch feel. If you're not careful with it, though, it can become scraped off. I have one of the books, actually my Mordenkainen's personally. The soft cover on it, just the edges, it can come off a little bit, and you can see underneath. It has this reflective kind of holographic on the inside. Some more creatures here. And then I'm just going to take a look on the inside here. So pretty standard stuff on the inside. We're looking at different conditions, hit point levels for objects, skills and their associated abilities, light sources, food, drink, lodging, kind of the normal things you would get in a Dungeon Master screen. However, the actual artwork of the screen is unlike anything I've seen that they've released so far. I'm just going to slip that back in there. We'll move through some of the other books here. So, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. We're looking at Tasha's Cauldron. It's probably one of the most definitive books out at this time for Wizards of the Coast. Okay. So unboxing it here, they have a few sheets of paper, just blank pieces of paper. I think they could have done something with these, maybe put something on them, but I do appreciate the fact that they've put pieces of paper in between the books so they don't get that rubbing factor while shipping and you know, kind of being put on store shelves and everything. Once you get it at home, it's kind of your responsibility. But I do appreciate that. Like I said, if you mess around with the edges and you're kind of moving the books around, I carry mine in a backpack, and I try not to carry my alternate covers just for that simple fact. So just taking a brief look here. This may be one of the best definitively these are the best covers they've made. These are brilliant. So the soft cover is all this white, this kind of shaded blue here, and then once you get to this, I'm hoping I pick it up on the camera, but once you get to this kind of circled out part here where Tasha really is, I don't really know, it's almost embossed. It's like this kind of overlay on it. It's like a soft plastic almost, but like it's really nice. It feels really nice. It has the kind of etched in gold here. And then again on the back, it's kind of the same thing with a little quote here from Tasha. But as far as I know, it's just Tasha's Cauldron of Everything as far as the book is concerned. Everything on the inside is going to be the same. With maybe minor changes to some of the updated erratas that they've made since then. So we'll go ahead. I'm just going to replace this one back in the box here. Now they didn't put one in between the screen pieces of paper, that is, in between the screen and the book. So I'm a little curious about that, or why they didn't do that. They decided not to. I'm just going to take these other books out completely. And then just looking at this, like I said, it's pretty durable. I mean, the edges here, I mean, I'm putting a little bit of pressure here on the sides, and I'm not getting any bend. Obviously, if you go in the center here without any books in it, it's gonna collapse in pretty easily. But I would say that the overall product itself is fairly durable. So just taking a look here, we got the Monsters of the Multiverse, and we got a Kieran on the front here. It's kind of this celestial, I'm not even really sure what the creature is, some kind of celestial horse, unicorn type creature. They're a little intense, pretty high CR. But again, it has that kind of plastic feel on the outside here, and I'm kind of digging it. I really like it, actually. The scales on the Kieran are even textured, so they really went into fine detail on this. I would say this is a true collector's item. Definitely a purchase for a collector. Again, on the back, kind of the same thing. I really like the simplicity of these, actually. I wish almost all of their alternate covers would come like this. I like their alternate covers, but sometimes it feels like there's kind of a lot going on, and they're trying to do kind of a lot on the front. Simplicity matters to me. Things that look just clean and are just as they are. So then this book here, it's going to have 2 chapters only in it, which is fine. If you know anything about this book, we know what we're getting. About 40 pages of races, including the Aarakocra, Asmar, Centaur, the fairy from recent. I know they have new rules for things like the goblin, hobgoblin. The orc and the kobold got their negative modifiers taken off. And then all of the creatures that came from both Volos and Mordenkainen's, and I'm not for sure. I'd have to go through all of the creatures individually, but I was under the impression that some of the creatures that they had in other books, in some of their adventures, were also placed into this book with those updated, modified stat blocks. I'll go ahead and take a closer look at this book in another video. So you're definitely going to want those pieces of paper out of there once you get it settled on your shelf. But this is kind of a collector item. I'm not really sure how much you're going to want to use this or pull this in and out of the box. I feel like you're going to wear it down. And then what is, by easily just feeling it and holding it, the smallest and thinnest of the books, but possibly one of the most popular and most important books, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. It really changed up what was happening in 5e. It came in pretty early in 5th edition's life, but it was the first real supplement book that came out with a lot of subclasses, additional rules, and toolkits for the Dungeon Master. I love Xanathar, so seeing him here and all his little bumpiness, so you can feel every little bump of his skin. The eyeball itself kind of has a different texture than the actual iris of the eye. You got Silgar over here, his little goldfish. If you're familiar with Xanathar, he has this kind of crazy goldfish that the Xanathar guild, that the members, depending on who is the unlucky one at the time, has to always replace Silgar, because we know how often goldfish can really die. But it has kind of this different texture just on the fishbowl, kind of in his mouth. I'm kind of just obsessing over the textures and the visuals on the frontier. But again, super clean, super general. You know, we're just getting the creature itself or the character, depending on which of the books, and then kind of just the title. I really like this. It's really simple. I don't understand the attraction of gods. Why would anyone worship anything other than me? Xanathar, of course it is. So I'm not aware of any changes to this. I'm assuming there's maybe some class changes, some erratas that they've added. I'm just taking a quick look here. It looks like they may have sorted out the character names in the back of the book a little bit better. I'm not seeing anything much new just by looking at it this way. I think a lot of these you'd have to go through, especially the Tashas and the Xanathars, really, to find something new. You'd really have to kind of walk through and compare, which I may do at a later time if it's requested or it seems like something that may be of interest. But still fantastic nonetheless. Now, I know I've seen these retailing for about $160 in locations, but I'm pretty sure that's for just the standard one, which does come with different covers than the standard books when they came out. But this collector's edition, this all white version here, was priced, I believe, a little bit higher than that. Some locations selling it for $199. So it is expensive for 3 books, that is, which you can pick up all 4 books technically for that $200 price tag, You're not going to get the slipcase, you're not going to get the Dungeon Master's Guide, and you will have an extra book that you have to be handling. At this point, you know, all of the books are a little bit older, so I mean, if you're able to get somewhere online, they may have it a little bit cheaper. You may be looking at price tags of $30 to $40. I know that if you try to go and get Volo's or Xanathar's Guide in their alternate covers, you're going to be paying well over $100 for sure for those books. So this is kind of an alternative version to get those in alternate covers if you're looking to add that to your shelf. If you have the alternate covers of basically everything that's come after that, that's the kind of the position I'm in. But I already own all 4 of these books. I usually buy the books when they release, especially the supplemental books. So at this point, I probably wouldn't spend, you know, the $160 to $200 to pick these 3 books up. But again, if you don't have it, or if you're just looking for the collector factor, then I definitely would pick this up. It's kind of a great product. In that way, it kind of feels like a send-off of 5th edition as we make our way into 6th or 5.5. But they've said it either way, the next edition or evolution of the game will be backwards compatible. So this may be that kind of in between where they're doing the erratas and they're trying to make the stats and the combat and everything with the little stat blocks a little bit smoother as they progress. Overall, I would say it's a great product if you don't have the books. If you do, you're not going to be missing a whole lot in terms of the substance of the books. Aesthetically, it's fantastic. 100% all the way around. All sides of the book. You could display it on one side, decide to switch it up the next day for the other side. All right, that's going to be my unboxing of the Rules Expansion gift set.
All right, and thanks for watching today. If you could go ahead and like and subscribe down below. If you want to watch my last book review, you can look at it here. My last miniature review right over here.